Hey, what's up? It's been a while since I made a frameworks video, so I decided to make a quick one, and so that's what you're looking at. This video is about wishlist budgeting. It's a method of budgeting where you basically build a budget around the notion of having a wish list, which you are going to then curate. So the first part of the budgeting system assumes that you have a source of income. It's a job or whatever. I don't know, like a pension, maybe something like that. And from that monthly income that you have to do an approach that I've seen people like make fun of it. I don't know why, but the approach is envelopes. You basically make different envelopes or different containers in which you're gonna put the money in for the different things that you need. So it can be, for instance, a section or in a folder or an envelope labeled rent. Then there's food. Then there's utilities. And then there's your wish list bank, basically. Then there's the money that you're gonna carry for the month. And then there's savings, the money that you're gonna save. And I guess you could make this a subsection of savings is some money that you're going to invest. So if you have envelopes or a form of separating this money every time you receive it every month, then you don't give yourself any room to mismanage your own money, because upfront you're already putting in the money in the different envelopes for rent, food, utilities, and everything there. And from the remaining money, you're making sure that a fraction of it goes into your wish list bank. So you're always working a little bit on like a self-reward thing, so that you actually commit to this by rewarding yourself a little bit. And you also separate everything else, like the money that you're going to carry for the day. If you overcommit on the wish list, you might not have enough money for the month with your carried money, for instance. If you overcommit on savings, you won't have enough money for, say, food. So you have to balance those out and begin with the first ones that I mentioned: rent, food, and utilities. And then from there, you need to decide with which one is more important to you, savings or wish list. Usually savings should be the more important one. And then from there, you make sure that something is left at the end for the wish list. On top of that, another thing that you're gonna do is, because this is a very wish list heavy build, what you're gonna want to do is curate your wish list as much as you can, and before buying stuff. So don't just add stuff to your wish list and then buy it immediately. What you want to do is add stuff to your wish list and leave it there for months. You want to play with the order of things. After a few days, you want to check it out again and see if you still like the things in your wish list, or if something you no longer want. You can check if something new has popped up, and then you add that to your wish list, and then remove something from that wish list. So a lot of the time becomes spent not in actually buying the things, but just playing with it in your head and deciding what you're gonna actually buy. And at the end of the day, you give yourself permission to buy like one thing every week, for instance. You don't buy everything from the wish list. You go one thing every week, and in the in between, you get to play with the wish list and see what you are gonna want for the next week. That's one framework for saving and budgeting that has really worked for me, because it allows me to reward myself as well as leave money for everything else that I want to have. It also removes a lot of like frustrations during the planning phase, because I have to plan for much less things every month now. So yeah, that's it. I hope that helps you guys. That's the wishlist budgeting framework. And yeah, see you in the next one. Hit the like button if you found this useful, and follow me on Twitter. See you around, guys.